Midwest Boogie was listening last week, speaking of circus, and said, "Salute to y'all for discussing the political circus. Far too many others are staying silent." Well, Midwest Boogie, you might be talking about other wrestling podcasts, but I feel like everybody's talking about.
Pop music.
It's not even talk about.
Pop music.
Who sang
Pop.
it? Who
Pop.
sang it, Kev?
God, I have no idea.
I think pop music was spelled with a K also in that little
Might have
ditty
been.
right there. Yeah, Midwest, you must be talking about wrestling podcasts because everywhere I look, they're talking about the news, which is just politics at this point. It's either one side or the other.
Yeah,
Delbert Prince.
some of this I've watched a few clips here and there of wrestling podcasts this week, and it's almost like it's a rib. Like the amount of you know the urgency and the fucking degree of
Panic
he's
and
got the wrestling universe in his fucking he can crush it. I'm thinking, I don't know, man. Like, it seems like there's a lot more important shit. Like, am I the only motherfucker on the planet that like 3.5, 4 years ago, gold was $1,000. Now it's $5,000 an ounce. Let alone, I bought fucking pounds of fucking silver at $23 an ounce, and it was like 113 the other day. So,
yeah, I mean you gotta invest in some. If it's not going to be your dollar, if it's not going to be your currency,
well, the fucking
it's turned to
dollars,
precious metals.
the dollar's turned to shit.
Yeah, I didn't see that covered in any of the wrestling casts
No,
that
nobody,
popped up on my
nobody really
socials.
talking about. I saw a guy on Instagram who buys Rolexes, and when he bought this nice Rolex, it was $12,000 when he bought it, and all gold. And now the meltdown value of this Rolex is more than the
Then
fucking
the watch.
than the watch.
Holy cow,
Yeah, the fucking meltdown is more than the fucking. I'm just like, wow.
that's insane.
Yeah,
That's remarkable.
by $2,000. Yeah, and the thing is there's so much, especially with silver. There's so much impure silver bars where people just melt down, like pawn shops and shit, just melt down silver, and they don't. It's not like refined. And now there's such
Because
there's a,
Venezuelan silver.
yeah, but now there's such a abundance of that, but such a need for pure silver that it's like anything else. Like there's a glut of this bogus shit because they just don't have the time to melt it down and bar it out. So they were saying that the guy that was on that might even have been on Sky that I saw that the guy said that was a good business opportunity. Open up a fucking schmelt and you.
Kev, how do you find? Because I know you have some precious metals. How do you find a broker? Like if you wanted to cash in, do you go through a broker or you contact jewelers directly? What's the way to offload your precious metals and get the most for it? Market, close to
I
market.
think it helps that if you have a background of in college moving 50-pound bales of weed to kind of know the landscape of where you need to. I mean, you go to any large, metropolitan area and you see a person that says we buy your gold.
Well, but what I'm saying, are you going to really get your best?
Yeah, I mean, I saw a guy the other day. This guy came in and it was a, you know, it was on one of the fucking deals. I don't know what streaming on something. The guy came in and he was like very short with the people that were busy. They just didn't. He says, I got these silver coins. They're from the Revolutionary War, and they're worth a ton. And the guy says, we opened up uh, like a 5 gallon paint bucket, and it was all fucking silver, just coins.
Wow.
And he said there's, and then he like did it 3 times. He went and got 3 different buckets and put them on the counter. He said each one of these is a minimum of $200,000 in silver. He said, "You think I fucking need your fucking coins? Fuck off."
Wow. Good Lord.
So that guy, I mean, if you think about it, and not the number one rule of a place that's going to be able to do that is if they can't buzz you in, if you can walk in the place,
Right.
that's not the place.
Right.
Yeah. If you aren't being buzzed in, and if you don't look around and it doesn't look like something out of the Animal Kingdom fucking television series as far as the camera work and all the fucking you know
Right. You look at the level of security and you can kind of gauge
absolutely.
what kind of joint you're in. Yeah.
There's nothing worse than when you there's a place that I go to occasionally, and so you get buzzed in, and you're in the first layer, and then that layer you have to get, like, the door behind you has to shut, and then they buzz you in the next layer, and the fucking I don't think a 50 cal would. I know a 50 cal wouldn't go through that second door. So. In other words, if you got in there, if you fucking ripped them off and got in that first one, they would just lock you basically in that fucking
Right. Leave you
a
in the
door
in between
system,
the two doors. Yeah. You're
and you
fucked.
ain't getting out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
Let's see. I had a Delbert Prince wrote in also.
and that's why you fucking keep your DirecTV.
As a 51-year-old African American who grew up and raised in the 1980s and 90s, this is him speaking, not me. Just want to clarify. This podcast has a lot of favors as a pop culture show. Thank you, Delbert. I agree.